Hello again, everybody. Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday the 16th of October, perhaps turnaround Tuesday. Big rally on Wall Street today. A lot of stocks we followed did well. There's a bunch of new ones I want to discuss as well. Let's take a look at ACAD, which I put out as a swing today, and here's why. The stock, which had been very toppy, let's go back a little bit. Longer term pattern shows a big run up that took this from literally under $1 in 2010, 2011. All the way up to 2015's high at over 50, 51 range. After a massive multi-year top, it looks like it came down, broke support, but really snapped back pretty sharply, and something may be up here. The current pattern shows that the declining top sign and channel was taken out with a big super surge, and then it consolidated for about 2.5 weeks. Today it popped. With the increase in volume to 3.7 million and the OBV holding up pretty steadily and slightly moving up, I think this may start to accelerate. Minor resistance at the 26, 28 zone, that's going to be my target zone. And I'm looking for 32.3. The obvious support down here about the 19.5, 20 zone. ALDX, well, after the explosive move from pullback, we gave you buy. It drifted a little bit lower, reversed, and today popped out, it appears. It was up 53 cents or 4%, not a huge move, and the volume wasn't big yet either, but it's something to watch. The feeling is that 14.75 and 16.5 16.75. These are your goals for testing. And if we get through that longer term, you can see that this stock could flourish into new all-time highs. But for now, let's watch it. Amarin. Well, obviously pulled back yesterday with the market, but very little. Mine was very low. The OBV is holding up great, so with the technicals, I still think this works its way higher. Probably going up to 26.7. That's my target. Blink, big explosive move today. Let's show you the 1 minute. Popped wedge. This is the intraday chart. Then it channeled up like that, along that line, which leads me to believe this may not be done. And late in the day, that formed a bullish little coil in there. I believe that's 1, 2, and the 3, 4. The fifth wave should get us about 4, 410, maybe more. Maybe as high as 4.25, even tomorrow. But from a longer-term standpoint, we can see the major declining top slides going back a year. When Blink at first really exploded, went up to 33 and change. Ultimately came down to $1.25 or less. Low here at $1.28. Exploded to, you remember this one not too far long ago. Blink exploded literally from $1.25 to $8.65. Came down hard and bounced, came down hard and now it's broken out, at least across this declining top line. And today was a pretty big thrust. The volume was huge at 16.6 million. That's the biggest volume we've seen since May when it had that big move. This could be the trigger, like it was here, for an extended move. Near-term targets on Blink, if it does follow through tomorrow, we're looking at 4.75, 485. And then the secondary target would be about at 6, 6.25. Boston Scientific held up very well in a pullback, a nice orderly retrace to the moving average, to the trend line, lateral price support. All that held, and your stop is under 35.5 right now. But my target's going to be about 41.2. CDNA, also a stock in a very nice long-term position. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe, but this could be a 1, 2, and it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 within the third wave. I'm looking for a stock to get there 40, somewhere around there would be my target. But of course, we've got to get through the recent highs of about 29.60. Once you do that, you're on your way to the mid and then high 30s near 40. Stop would be this week's low around 21, 21.35. Well, CERS had a big move up, formed a little bit of consolidation. It looked like a coil, but it broke down from it when the market tanked. It did hold support and drew back the trend line to make it parallel to this line here. It looks to me like this could be the explosive move off the trend line. But there is resistance going in around the 7 range. My target near term would be 7.75, 8. If we get through that, we're looking at 9.5, 10. Well, CRY had a big day today. After coming down hard off the top of the channel, it plunged for about a week and a half. Reversed when it got to 28.80. Had a nice reversal down Friday as well, and then today exploded for almost 3 points or almost 10%. It's right at resistance here. Let's see if there's a follow through tomorrow. It did close above the 50, so that would make my target around 36, and then we're looking at 40, 41. FEYE started to move today with a surge in the cybersecurity stocks. This one may be breaking out right here. Today was a big day, up 88 cents or 5% on 7.8 million. I'm now looking for a run that makes it run at about 18 3/4. If we get through that, then it's not going to be sailing up towards that 22 range. Well, GH, a new issue. Let's look at it on a 50-minute chart. Came up, pulled back, stepped its way higher with a pop coil, pop flag, and then pop flag again. It could be 5 waves. It may be dangerous, but momentum is strong, and I'd be watching this one for move towards 40. GOL, the South American airline, has some resistance up in that zone right there. But today was a key breakout for it across the double top with a breakaway gap. 2.2 million traded, was up almost 16%. Let's look for a run about the 9.5 range as early as tomorrow, and then I'd be looking for something in the 11-12 zone. Intelsat is a monster. Ever since we first spotted it running in the 3-4 range, it's now 36 tenfold. Today was up a whopping 12 3/4% on 5.4 million and broke out of this pattern. Yesterday was actually a sneak breakout. I'm looking for an extension that takes us at 42. IDRA. Well, a swing trade we put on here, it ran up, pulled back, popped from a large wedge. It looks like 1 and 2, and wave 3 should take us, or could take us, between 12.5 and 13, my next target. The LABU had a monster reversal I wanted to show to you today. After gapping up, it ran non-stop all day. From a low of 64.85 to a high of 74.40, nearly $10. It was up net 10.11, or 16% on 2.3 million. Volume wasn't huge, but I'm looking for an extension to get this to 77, 78 as early as tomorrow. Noodles, big move. Now, this stock's been in really good shape for a while. Take a look at the base, the breakout. Little coil, pop, flag, pop, and a larger extensive move. This amounts to a bull wedge. And today, coming through a triple top and closing near the upper end of the range at the highest close yet. At 13.23, that was up. Hold on a moment, there it goes. At 13.23, it moved up $1.80 or almost 16% of 1.9 million. At 4 times normal volume. This looks to me really good, like it's going to extend to the 17 and 19 range. NEO setting up nicely after the big pop and strong pullback. It popped the resistance and now it's formed a wedge. Watch this one carefully. With the gap here at 8.39 and the spike up to 8.35, and then yesterday's move or Friday's move to 8.30. Once we get through 8.30.40, I'm looking for 9.5 3/4, and then maybe he really gets going. It'll depend on volume. PagSeguro, the software stock, after coming out in February, it then came down for several months before basing out. You can see the spike in September that took it up to 31, 31.25. That's my near-term resistance. And if we can get through that, then I'm looking for a move to 35.6. Tesaro's been in a nice uptrend since this long downtrend was finally broken right there. It's extended from a spike low selling climax here all the way down to 25.62 to get up to 43 and change. So it's up 17 points in the last 2 months. It looks like it wants to go higher. My target, 50. And finally, Viking, which had that big explosive move and pullback, is drifting lower. Today it popped out, I believe, but the volume wasn't heavy enough. It was up 106 or 7.5% or 4.3 million, but I want to see something more in the 6, 7, 8, 10 million range. And we'll see if we can get this to advance. It was a good close today near the upper end of the range. A bit of resistance exists around 16 3/4. That would be my next target if we can follow through. And if we do, and get through that, then I'm looking for 18 1/4. So 16 3/4 and 18 1/4 going forward. And then we'll see what happens beyond that. That's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening. Let's make some money tomorrow. I'll talk to you then.